Vishnu, how much faith do you have that the Indian government is able to manage that transition of phasing out the reliance on public spending and passing it over to the private sector to be able to pick up the slack and keep the growth forward?
I think this remains a question of being able to manage the different moving parts in the economy, and it remains challenging. So I'm not going to sugarcoat this and say that this is going to be an easy transition. It is not. Primarily, this is challenged by the fact that the banking sector is still dealing with very constrained capital, and so the ability to expand credit is also another impediment, and that would make this baton transfer from the government to the private sector a little bit more challenging. Necessarily, we need to take a 3 to 7 year view of things, rather than hoping for this to happen in 2022, where when you so it's not going to coincide with the so-called recovery in the headlines in GDP. So GDP bouncing back to 11% by the IMF's estimate. I think it should not be mistaken for a full-fledged private sector recovery at that point.
There's a very interesting point you make that we shouldn't be thinking about recovery in terms of by the end of the year or by next year. It's a 3 to 7 year sort of work in progress. By the same token, what areas of the Indian economy do you feel have been set back because of COVID, perhaps even by years, if not decades?
One part of the economy that's going to be very hard to measure might be the grey economy. I mean, for reasons that where you get more lax labor requirements, but also this is the sector that probably struggles the most to get credit. And if your shadow banking is also constrained, this becomes a double whammy. And this sector is highly reliant on the major part of the economy recovering fully to tag on and to ride those tailwinds. So that part of the economy is quite concerning because of the contributions to the labor market it provides. So invisible or hard to calculate it might be, it is no less important to the economy. We also think that overall, in terms of the the builders, the home construction, those industries could continue to be challenged as well, given the credit situation and the confidence situation colliding together. Whereas I think the industries may be better footed to recover, especially if the supply factors and demand sectors pick up.